Love the Ravens as much as we do? Then smash that subscribe button and stay locked in with Flock News for all the drama, updates, and excitement all season long. The NFL world has been set ablaze with shocking news as the Baltimore Ravens reportedly made a move that no one saw coming, securing Sauce Gardner to lead their defense. Rumors have been swirling for weeks about Gardner's potential destination, with analysts speculating multiple suitors for the young standout. But it appears the Ravens swooped in at the last minute, leaving other teams scrambling. The buzz around this transfer has ignited conversations across social media platforms, fan forums, and sports talk shows, with everyone dissecting what this acquisition means for the Ravens' strategy going forward. Sauce Gardner, known for his unmatched agility, instinctive playmaking, and ability to shut down top receivers, is expected to transform Baltimore's defensive schemes and elevate the team to new heights. Insider reports suggest that negotiations were intense, with Gardner's camp reportedly setting high demands regarding defensive roles and leadership responsibilities, indicating that the Ravens were willing to go all in to secure their man. This move is not only a statement of intent, but also a reflection of Baltimore's ambition to dominate defensively in the upcoming season, potentially reshaping the balance of power in the AFC and sending ripples through the entire league. Sources close to the negotiation table hint that the Ravens' front office executed a masterstroke, timing their approach perfectly to outmaneuver competitors who were reportedly in talks for weeks. The strategy behind this signing appears meticulous, as the Ravens are betting not just on Gardner's raw talent, but on his capacity to galvanize a defense hungry for consistency and dominance. Speculation is rampant about how Gardner will fit into the existing roster, with analysts projecting a potential shift in defensive formations and a new emphasis on aggressive pass coverage schemes. Fans are already buzzing, imagining a backfield terrorized by Gardner's athleticism and instinct, creating highlight reel moments that could define games throughout the season. The social media reaction has been instantaneous, with memes, debates, and speculation dominating Twitter feeds, YouTube comment sections, and fan forums worldwide, all pointing to the excitement surrounding Gardner's arrival. The timing of this move also raises questions about the Ravens' future roster strategy, suggesting a willingness to prioritize elite defensive talent over other areas, signaling a renewed commitment to becoming a defensive powerhouse that could challenge any offensive juggernaut in the league. Analysts are divided on the long-term impact, but consensus hints at a significant upgrade that could tip the scales in Baltimore's favor when critical matchups arrive. Industry insiders are also hinting at the financial side of the deal, with Gardner reportedly securing a contract that positions him among the highest-paid defensive backs in NFL history. The magnitude of this investment has sparked conversations about salary cap management, future draft strategies, and the potential domino effect it may have on other teams seeking top-tier defensive talent. Scouts who have followed Gardner's career closely note that his rare combination of size, speed, and football IQ makes him a generational talent capable of impacting games single-handedly. While the Ravens' defensive scheme has always been respected, integrating a player of Gardner's caliber could fundamentally alter their approach, allowing them to implement more aggressive blitz packages, complex coverage rotations, and high-risk, high-reward strategies that leverage his strengths. The locker room dynamics are also expected to shift, as Gardner's arrival brings a natural leadership presence, demanding respect and inspiring younger players to elevate their performance. The anticipation surrounding his debut has fans marking calendars, anticipating not just a regular season, but a defensive renaissance spearheaded by a player whose name is already synonymous with elite cornerback performance. The ripple effect of this signing is being felt beyond Baltimore, as rival franchises scramble to reassess their offseason strategies in light of Gardner's commitment. Executives and coaches reportedly held emergency meetings to discuss defensive adjustments, draft priorities, and potential trade targets, all aimed at countering the formidable new threat that the Ravens now pose. Rumors are also circulating about potential side deals, with sources suggesting that other players may have been influenced by Gardner's move, either seeking new contracts, exploring trade options, or reassessing their fit within current teams. Fantasy football enthusiasts have been quick to adjust projections, imagining scenarios where Gardner's shutdown ability dramatically alters passing stats, creating trickle-down effects on quarterback and receiver performance across the league. Analysts are particularly intrigued by how opposing offenses might adapt, potentially reshaping game plans to avoid direct confrontations with Baltimore's upgraded secondary. The narrative is clear. The Ravens have signaled an aggressive, uncompromising approach to defense, one that could define their identity for years to come and leave a lasting mark on the league's competitive landscape. Veteran sports journalists have weighed in, emphasizing that this acquisition is as much about symbolism as it is about talent. By landing a player like Sauce Gardner, the Ravens are sending a message that they are willing to invest in elite talent, challenge traditional power dynamics, and disrupt the expected order of the NFL hierarchy. Rumors about potential coaching adjustments have also emerged, suggesting that defensive coordinators are already considering innovative schemes to maximize Gardner's impact, integrating him into complex coverage rotations, shadow assignments, and hybrid zones designed to exploit his unique skill set. The excitement is palpable among fans, with merchandise sales, social media engagement, and community chatter all skyrocketing in response to the news. The long-term implications of this move are still unfolding, but initial reactions indicate a seismic shift in how the Ravens' defense will be perceived, with analysts predicting not only immediate results, but also a lasting influence on team culture and defensive philosophy. With Gardner at the helm, Baltimore could very well redefine defensive excellence, challenging opponents to adapt or suffer the consequences against one of the league's most promising talents. As the rumor continues to spread, the media frenzy shows no signs of slowing, with every new detail sparking heated debates, speculative analyses, and endless hypotheticals. Sports networks are dedicating hours of programming to dissect Gardner's potential fit, with former players, coaches, and analysts offering perspectives that range from cautious optimism to outright excitement. Fans have embraced the speculation, creating elaborate scenarios, mock playbooks, and projections for how the Ravens' defensive juggernaut might perform week after week. Meanwhile, social media platforms are inundated with clips of Gardner's past performances, highlighting his shutdown abilities, interception prowess, and knack for making game-changing plays in critical moments. This level of attention underscores the magnitude of the rumored signing, which has already eclipsed other offseason storylines and generated unprecedented anticipation for Baltimore's upcoming campaign. The narrative is no longer just about a player joining a team. It is about a cultural shift, a statement of ambition, and a potential turning point in the NFL landscape, as Sauce Gardner's rumored arrival threatens to redefine the very identity of the Ravens' defense and ignite the imagination of fans across the country. The anticipation surrounding Sauce Gardner's arrival in Baltimore is reaching fever pitch, as experts predict not only a transformation of the Ravens' defensive unit, but also a psychological impact on the league as a whole. Teams that once considered themselves secure in their passing attacks are now reportedly revising playbooks, rethinking receiver matchups, and even evaluating the mental toughness of their quarterbacks when facing a shutdown corner of Gardner's caliber. Inside sources suggest that Gardner's influence could extend beyond the field, instilling a culture of discipline, focus, and aggressive confidence within the locker room. Fans are already envisioning games where the Ravens' secondary dominates every pass attempt, forcing turnovers, creating momentum swings, and dictating the pace of contests in ways previously unseen. Analysts are predicting a dramatic shift in defensive statistics, from interceptions to pass breakups, and even in advanced metrics like passer rating allowed and coverage efficiency. The excitement is contagious, with online communities, podcasts, and sports shows dissecting every potential scenario, from Gardner shadowing the league's top wideouts to orchestrating complex double coverage schemes that leave quarterbacks with no comfortable options. In essence, the Ravens are no longer just a team. They are becoming a defensive statement, and Gardner is the spark lighting a fire that could burn across the entire NFL landscape in ways that few offseason moves ever have. Speculation about how the Ravens coaching staff will deploy Gardner is reaching new heights, with insiders suggesting creative defensive schemes designed to maximize his extraordinary athleticism and football IQ. Reports indicate that hybrid coverage packages, zone blitz rotations, and shadow assignments are all being considered to ensure Gardner's presence is felt on every down. Opposing coaches are reportedly scrambling to identify weaknesses, knowing that even a minor misstep against a player of Gardner's caliber could result in game-changing plays. The media has latched onto these discussions, producing endless analyses, mock defensive schemes, and predictive models that speculate on the exact impact Gardner will have week after week. Meanwhile, fans are creating their own narratives, imagining iconic matchups against elite receivers, game-winning interceptions, and highlight reel plays that could define the season. Even fantasy football enthusiasts are recalibrating projections, acknowledging that Gardner's lockdown coverage could depress quarterback stats and dramatically alter offensive efficiency across the league. Social media conversations are booming with predictions, memes, and debates about whether any offense can truly withstand a fully charged Ravens defense with Gardner as its linchpin. The collective anticipation is almost tangible, creating a whirlwind of speculation, excitement, and tension that feels more like a cinematic narrative than an off-season development, signaling that the Ravens' move has transcended standard roster news into a cultural phenomenon that could dominate headlines for months. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Your support keeps us bringing you the latest news on the Baltimore Ravens. And hey, drop your take in the comments below. We want to hear from the flock. Off the field, insiders are also speculating on the ripple effects of Gardner's move across NFL negotiations, salary cap management, and player morale. Rumors suggest that teams pursuing top defensive backs are reevaluating priorities, potentially altering draft strategies, restructuring offers, and even engaging in emergency trade talks to counterbalance Baltimore's newfound advantage. Analysts emphasize that Gardner's rumored contract reflects not only his elite talent, but also his value as a leader and a franchise cornerstone capable of shaping team culture. Scouts and former players are weighing in, highlighting his unique combination of speed, anticipation, and technical mastery, which allows him to consistently outperform opponents and influence game outcomes in ways that transcend traditional statistics. The chatter extends to locker rooms, as veteran players reportedly recognize the presence of a true game-changer, while younger athletes may feel inspired or challenged by the heightened level of competition and expectation. Across fan communities, the discussion revolves around long-term potential, playoff implications, and the possibility that Gardner's presence could redefine what it means to build a defensive powerhouse in the modern NFL. This is not merely a player acquisition. It's a seismic event with implications that touch strategy, finance, culture, and the very psychology of competition, creating a narrative of intrigue, suspense, and speculation that continues to captivate the sports world. Analysts have also begun exploring the potential matchups that could define Gardner's inaugural season with the Ravens, predicting clashes against the league's most prolific receivers and elite quarterbacks. Early projections suggest that games against high-powered offenses could become defensive showcases, with Gardner at the center of highlight reel plays that may dictate the outcome of entire matchups. Social media platforms are flooded with mock scenarios, video breakdowns of his previous performances, and enthusiastic debates about how opposing teams might adjust to minimize his impact. Experts speculate that quarterbacks may have to alter their timing, routes, and target priorities, while offensive coordinators could be forced to design creative misdirection plays to avoid Gardner's coverage. Fans are already planning to attend games, purchase merchandise, and create content celebrating potential moments of defensive brilliance, anticipating that Gardner's influence will resonate far beyond the stat sheet. Meanwhile, the coaching staff is reportedly exploring advanced analytics, opponent tendencies, and situational simulations to exploit Gardner's skills in a manner that maximizes his impact throughout the season. The overarching narrative is clear. With Gardner leading the charge, Baltimore's defense is poised to become not just formidable, but nearly unassailable, creating a season-long storyline filled with suspense, excitement, and anticipation that has captured the imagination of fans and analysts alike across the entire football landscape. The cultural impact of Gardner's rumored move is also becoming a hot topic, as sports commentators highlight the broader significance of acquiring a player of his caliber. Beyond the tactical advantages, this acquisition symbolizes a shift in team philosophy, emphasizing defensive excellence, leadership, and strategic foresight. Analysts note that the Ravens are sending a message to the league. Investing in elite defensive talent is a path to sustained competitiveness, and leadership on the field can be just as impactful as raw statistics. Fan reactions have ranged from euphoric celebration to heated debate, as supporters imagine a defense capable of shutting down historic offenses, while rivals express concern about the imbalance this move may create. Social media engagement has exploded, with viral clips, memes, and debates proliferating across platforms, demonstrating the pervasive influence of Gardner's presence even before he steps onto the field for his first official game. Discussions extend to merchandise, branding, and long-term fan engagement, highlighting how a single acquisition can catalyze cultural momentum that shapes perception, loyalty, and enthusiasm for years. In essence, the Ravens' move is no longer just a roster adjustment. It is a narrative event that has captured imaginations, reshaped expectations, and elevated the conversation around the NFL to unprecedented heights, with Gardner at the center of the storm. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay in the loop with exclusive news on our Baltimore Ravens, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. We'd love to hear what the flock thinks. Drop your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next one.